Hey, Whiners, welcome back. It's P in the studio with producer Cinqo, per usual.
What up, what up?
And we have a local Houston comedian here, A.D. Hodge. Welcome to Adultish Wines.
Oh, well, hey, thank you for having me. I'm glad we was able to set this up.
I know, I'm excited. Thanks
very
for
much so.
What?
I said very much so. I feel the same.
Okay, good. I do have a bone to pick with you. And is this a thing for comedians? Are comedians typically late? Because I was supposed to have Patrick A.D on, who you know.
Shout out to the homie A.D.
Shout out. But he was late and he never made it.
Oh, see.
He was like, I'm going to be 40 minutes late. And I was like, I have another guest here. We got to go. I'll get you next time.
And that guest happened to be me.
No. It was different. It was a different time. No. But,
I blame Houston traffic. That's my excuse.
Okay. Yeah, Houston traffic is bad, and we
very much so. But no, I should have been right. I was 11 minutes late, ladies and gentlemen. That's normally sometimes a Houston comedy show. We start 11 to 15 minutes late.
Oh, really? Okay, so you have a little bit of a grace period.
A little bit, yeah.
I should probably start doing that just to be considerate of other people as well, too. Like traffic and shit does happen, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
and actually, typically it's fine as long as they don't have another guest or something. I have a work call at 8 p.m. tonight, so. We are on a schedule. But while I was getting you your sweet red wine, I heard you guys talking about Houston traffic.
Yes.
And LA and New York drivers are better than Houston. Is that
No. They worse. Don't get it twisted.
No.
I said LA and New York are worse. Like it kind of is in competition with one another because y'all don't see forward. Y'all kind of see left to right. You know, that is what I see when I was in LA. New York, same thing. It ain't nowhere to go before it, and they still looking left to right.
Here's my thing, the difference in why LA drivers are better. I've never lived in New York, so I can't really comment on it. Oh, he's crossing his leg. He means business. LA drivers, I'm claiming it because I'm from LA. Okay. We are very strategic and efficient, and we are going somewhere at all times. So we're driving smarter, not harder. We're not taking our time. We are going to get somewhere. In Houston, there is traffic when there does not need to be traffic.
I give you that.
Thank you.
Okay. LA, same way. Oh, like especially going back to LAX.
Oh, LAX is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. See, going through Bush and Hobby, it ain't that bad. But LAX, Hartfield, and Atlanta, that's terrible.
Okay.
And that's about it so far. That's the worst.
LAX is really bad, and it's always under construction. There's like no end in sight. So
when you get earthquakes, I think you should expect some type of construction every other, grace period, the other period. I'm just saying.
Have you ever been in an earthquake?
No.
Have you been in a hurricane here?
Oh yes.
I would be so much more scared of drowning.
It's not necessarily you about to drown. It's just like it's the first time you ever seen your backyard overflow, and then I go play in the rain sometime. I used to. But it ain't nothing. Like now, I heard a hurricane at the girl I was dating at the time. I actually heard like a legit hurricane behind the house, like a tornado, and we felt the house shake. I was like, well, shit,
this is it.
We might have to go hop in the closet and just see what happens. That's what I was at with it. I was like, man, let's just get away from the windows. Let's roll us something and just pray.
Yeah, I wouldn't really. That's kind of what I would know how to do too. Cinco, have you been in a hurricane out here, like a real one?
Yeah. We went through.
Well, I know there's been several
Harvey,
here, but you were like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind hurricanes. I prefer that over like earthquakes, tornadoes, and shit. Like I can't deal with that type of shit.
Have you been in an earthquake?
No.
They're really not that bad. You just feel a little shake. And by the time you're feeling it, it's pretty much over.
That sounds like something you used to. See, same thing with hurricanes. Sometimes that's the best sleep we ever get being in Houston is when we get a hurricane. Like the whole city sometimes is well rested. Like once you got everything you need, like your food, your alcohol, all your recreation, and you just like played the game and you been home, that's sometimes the best sleep ever.
And you ain't got to go to work for a week and you get paid? You can't beat that. Sometimes, hurricane season, you're like, damn, I need this extra week of vacation to come in unexpectedly.
Oh, my God.
Like, you go outside, it's damnation everywhere. You got to rake up some shit, That'd be a good little workout. You actually get to, bond with your neighbors for a good week. And then once it's back to regular, regular degular, you kind of ignore them again. But that's
not talking again.
Yeah, that's Texas. That's Texas for you.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to that. I haven't had to experience it.
I'm trying not to. I'm doing my best not to curse too much.
You can curse a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit.
You can do it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk comedy. How long have you been doing that? And do you just do in Houston? I said local, but do you do outside of Houston as well?
Yes, I go outside of Houston. I'm gonna say often now.
Okay, cool.
The first question is 7 years.
Okay.
7 years. Started in March 2016. Just graduating from Prairie View A&M University with a bachelor's in drama.
Okay.
So performance based. And as I was getting ready, like a week before graduation, my theater director, she advised me to be a stand-up comedian. My original plan was to go to Second City and go to that school and learn improv troupe.
Okay.
But she felt like being a stand-up comedian was the best option. And
you
so
trusted her.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I trusted her word because we never really had a love-hate relationship. We just had disagreements.
Okay.
And the disagreements more came from my end because when you step into a world of like theater, you have to mature. Like you have to have a mature and vulnerable presence. And I was neither. Like, and it was hard to be vulnerable with not only myself but what the playwright is giving me. So, and then you got to also grow up and become a character. And, you know, when I started doing stand-up, that gave me that in time because comedy is about life. Same thing with theater. It's about life.
Right.
And it's how you, I guess, look at it and narrate it yourself and be able to express it to everybody else. You know, at the end of the day, it's an exchange of dialogue. And that's what theater is too. That's what a play is, creating a relationship, showing a relationship, creating something new because everybody is doing the same play.
Yeah.
But what makes what you're doing different? And it's ironic that I applied those tools to stand up, but you know, you live and you learn. And yeah.
Was it like what was the vulnerability like thing that you're talking about? Like it was hard to play a character that you didn't align with, or it was hard to do something in front of your peers?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think two things can be true. A lot of it was me judging the character more or less than opening myself up. And that's one of the rule of thumb. Like you have to have a discernment, and you have to realize this ain't you. It's something you're portraying, it's something you're embodying. And like I at that point in time, like when I look back at it, I was not mature enough just to read and understand, and I just wanted to have a lot of fun, and I wasn't having fun with what I was doing. So in a way, I was rejecting what I felt like was my calling at the time, or what I thought I was putting myself in front of, what I was engaging myself with. So when I reached out to stand up, it like I said, things just hit different. And then when I had it in front, when you're in front of your peers as well, like, and this is something theater teaches you, it teaches you that it's already competition. That's your competition that you're in the room with. Like, yeah, y'all can be friendly, y'all can help workshop each other, but you're in the room with your competition. So if I was damn near folding amongst my peers, well, what's going to happen if I ever try LA or try New York? I'm a fold there.
So your first like stage appearance was in front of like the people you were like with there in like school and stuff like that, or what was your first stage appearance like?
So I did a play called A Lesson Before Dying, I think by Ernest L. Gaines, and I read the book back in high school, and I was able to get the character Jefferson, who the play is centered around, but is not the main character. He's the supporting character. So I feel like I did well, but I also had a chip on my shoulder. But it was an ignorant chip because I didn't learn from that play how to get better. In a lot of ways, that's what theater, I wasn't catching on. That's, like I said, the maturity. I was just basking in the moment, and I never took full advantage of what was around me. You know, especially, you know, coming from the home life I came from a very disciplined home. I was a very sheltered child, so I don't mean to be, part of the cliche, but once that cage animal reaches out, once you out that cage, you just want to be free, and you not saying, you get into this more, you partying a lot more, like, yeah, you going to class, but you having a lot more fun because you didn't have these opportunities growing up. So you balance that out, plus, like I said, trying to do the studies. and study the craft, I fell behind. And that's a part of, like I said, that maturity process. So I handle it a little different than when I'm doing comedy now, but I really just started having fun like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
So,
probably because are you experiencing a little bit more success, and that's probably like a good feeling and allows you to be a little bit more creative with it and go off
I was creative from the jump.
Okay.
It's just about how do you say it in my way. Mm-hmm. You know,
how do you be different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like when it comes to this. When it comes to stand up, I really just focus on being original. That's why it's hard for me to watch specials. Like, the only reason why I watched the 85 South comedy special because it was 3 people on that stage. It wasn't one.
Okay.
Because I want to do my best and not, you know, I think we all have a parallel way of thinking. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to, like, the premise is going to damn near be the same sometimes, but you don't want to come up with the same.
The delivery needs to be different.
The delivery, the body of the joke as well. The premise, like I said, the premise can be the same, but the originality for me comes from the body and the punchline. And I've really prided myself on that, of being one of the most original talents from here. So.
Okay.
What's the comedy scene like here in the H? Because you don't really hear people talk about it too much because it's probably not as big as like how Austin's growing, the comedy scene's growing over there, or people, you know, they go to New York and there's so many like stages to you know, do stand up on over there. Like what's it like doing that in the H?
What's it like doing it? It's like really just, it's a grind. Like, you can start a joke here, sharpen that joke here, and go to another city and dominate with that. Like, people don't understand, like the country don't understand. Like, some of the best comedians come out of Texas. Yeah.
Really?
Some of the best comedians come out of Texas.
Yeah, like
Texas.
You got Ralph Barbosa coming out now. You got Ali Sadiq. He's from here.
He been grinding. Ralphie May was from here.
Jamie Foxx is from Texas.
Jamie Foxx is from Texas. Celebrity the Comedian, he's from Texas. Black Ron from Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
It's some cold guys out of Dallas. Florida got some cold comedians too. So the South is where it's at. Like, you know, shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to some cats in New Orleans. Like, the South is really where it's at. But to your question, Houston specifically, it's a real grind it out. Like, you get your comeuppance, and you will see that, especially when we go out of town and we have that success. You know, it's not just for, I guess, shits and giggles. You know what I mean? We're not doing it just to post it.
Right.
We got better things. For some of us, we have better things to do, including myself. If I post it, it means something. Like, I'm trying to get us some attention towards it, but I don't post a lot. You know, I only post for certain reasons and, you know, things for me, my career. But Houston is just a grinded out state. Now, you know, you got to see the hobbyists from the ones that's real, you know, the one that really take it serious. And y'all able to tell when y'all watch the show. But, like, guys like me, guys like A.D, you know, we take it serious and we always trying to get better at our craft. And we get a little selfish with myself, I get selfish with my stage time, like these days compared to what it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Was it not set? What do you mean you get selfish? Like, you have to...
Oh, no, they call it host lining, so I do that sometimes. I do that sometimes. I take the stage over sometimes. Like, if I get a little greedy. It happens from time to time.
Oh, like if you're on somebody else's show, you kind of end up doing
No, it was somebody else's show. No, somebody else's show.
You mean like if you're hosting and there's other comedians coming up, but you're bringing them up, but you also get to do a bit as well, right? Yeah, I got you, yeah.
But see, the host liner is a catch-22. People say it just to damn the comedian, just to kind of press on the comedian. But sometimes people be bombing. Like, some people bomb, and you can't just bring the next comedian up all dry and shit.
How does that go?
Yeah,
How does that happen?
Yeah. Have you bombed before?
Like?
Oh, I bombed before.
Tell us about a bomb. Like, you know, Kevin Hart has a story where somebody threw a chicken wing at him on one of the times he bombed.
This is the worst bomb I can ever give y'all. This made me stay a stand-up comedian. So, it was Lil Duval. Lil Duval came to the Improv just before Smile Bitch came out. And I was fresh. I was a fresh comedian, and I went to the show, like, I think the Friday show. I just got off work. He had an early show, changed and everything, and I waited to see him, and I asked him, could I get a guest spot? They walked me out, like security walked me out. I stayed, and he told me to come back Sunday. So I'm all excited and shit. I'm like, man, Duval, one of my heroes. I'm about to do this. I'm about to see what's up. Sunday, full house. It's full house.
I don't know.
I get up there, bomb my ass off.
Like what? Like you forgot everything, or the jokes weren't landing?
I wasn't confident.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident. Like it was in body language. Like my shoulders was in front of me. My head was a little down. I'm saying the jokes monotone. Like I remember them. I've done them like so many times, but the moment was too big for me. I was rushing my time.
Like, how'd you know you bombed? Were people quiet? Did somebody say, "Man, get them the fuck off the stage"?
No, I didn't get that. It was quiet.
Oh,
it was quiet as hell. It was quiet as hell.
Quiet, like nothing landing.
Do you have to finish your time, or do you?
I actually finished.
Okay, that's probably a better look than being like, I gotta get off the stage at like half.
True. No. That's big facts. Like I low key did the whole thing. Said thank you. I didn't get
Said thank you.
I said thank y'all everybody. And I was gonna leave. But I actually stayed and watched the whole show.
Good sportsmanship.
No, I learned a lot that night. Like Lil Duval is short as fuck. Like he is short as hell, but he taught me a lot that day. Like he may be that short, but the man is a giant when he get on stage.
Right.
It's the confidence, and I learned I learned something. He ain't even had to say nothing to me, and that's what made me want to stay a stand-up comedian. And from there, I try to make like certain goals, and I would never let that really happen. I would never let my confidence just be taken, and I ain't even said a word yet. Get up there, have my fun. If it don't work, keep pushing. Some nights you're not gonna hit that night. You know, Kobe had bad nights, Jordan had bad nights.
All the great comedians talk about it. Like Deion Cole has said one time he bombed, and at the end of it, he was like, "My name's Andre. All right, that's my time." Like he'll give out a different name.
Oh, give out a different name.
My name's Andre. You know, that's my time. Thank you.
Oh my god!
Everybody bombs though. They all talk about it.
Yeah, and it's how you overcome it. It's what you do, after that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I just respect anyone who's willing to get up like that in front of people. Like Cinco's asked me, "Would you ever do a live podcast?" And I'm like, I don't think so.
That kind of be a little dope though, cause I can see a whole bunch of women right behind you with this up, and they just screaming and hollering, and just like you right. Like I'm sorry. I don't mean to come at women like that, but Dolce's wine feminist movement killing the game, full of feminists coming to be just.
I have a lot of guy listeners actually.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I really am.
Yeah.
But you also probably have cute women that come up, pretty women that come on your show.
Yeah,
too.
I do. Both cute men and cute women.
No, I can't attest for the men part, but I can go for the women though. Shout out to the women.
Okay, so when we met at the Nightcap, we kind of got into it a little bit.
A little bit.
We didn't get into it, but you were ready to fight.
Yeah.
You were a little bit.
I'm ready to use them words.
You when the camera shut off, you were like, wait, let's get back to what you were saying. And I was like, oh, I have to go, but.
Y'all continued off camera.
No, most definitely.
Yeah. We did continue off camera. Yeah. What was it about exactly? Do you remember?
But you made a lot of sense though. It made she made sense, but in a woman way.
Yeah,
I got what she was saying. I understood because everything, like when it comes to understanding, you have to sometimes step away from yourself to grasp what other people are saying.
What was said? What did you say?
So Paige ain't about love bombing.
I'm not about love. What's love bombing?
So let's say you went out with a lovely lady, y'all had a damn good time, right? It went off, and then you kind of text her like, hey man, like I can really see, something going down between me and you.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like you're jumping the gun, you're doing too much.
Right, yeah.
And Paige thing is, instead of saying it, just take me out again. And I'm like, sometimes dudes, we not always built like that. Like we feeling a good time, sometimes we gonna say it and still apply action to it.
Right.
But the way she operates, why say it when you can just take me out again? Be like on what's
and just don't say it and save yourself. Like save yourself. Don't say it. Like, don't put yourself into that.
But that's the thing. It's like are you saying you want to be the one to be able to say it?
No, I don't want anyone to say it. You don't know me after one date. Like, don't start talking about you're taking me. Like, can't wait to take me to Cancun and pack your bags and shit like that.
No, ain't nobody saying that.
Yes, they are.
Now, see the Cancun. I don't see. You probably got away with words. I'll make a point the finger at you.
So anyway, on air, he was like, arguing with me. And then afterwards, he was like, clarify that.
I did.
And I did. And you were like, all right, okay, I get it. But yeah, I'm not a love bomber. Don't love bomb me. Because I'm still single. And I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't know which guy is telling me which part of the truth, because y'all are stupid and love bomb.
It's not just us though. It takes two to tango. Like we're the catalyst. Like let's just be real. On your hand. How many times have you asked a man out on a date that was not your man?
3 times.
3 times. And I know you've been asked damn near 100 times more than that.
Probably.
Okay. So there's a rarity of women asking men out on dates. Do you know how much it takes just to muster up to ask women out on one date?
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Okay. That's a lot. So the fact that you said yes, we weren't even planning on you saying yes. We just planned on you saying no. But the fact that you said yes, we got to figure it out.
You got to actually follow through.
Yeah, we got to follow through.
So then you're just freaking out and you're just like, I'm going to tell her I love her so much. And
we're going
to be together.
No, I don't know. See, I think people get caught up in the moment. Like, especially women, like, y'all know how to dress it up. Especially on the first day, make it look all pretty and shit. And it probably can make somebody love bomb. It can make somebody love bomb. I can kind of understand that. Especially being young, like back in my 20s. Yeah, I would love bomb. It happened. I was thirsty. The thirst was real, but God knew what he was doing with me, though, because I would have got one of them pregnant, and I've yet to have a baby, so I'm doing something right. I'm glad. Thank y'all for saying no. Thank y'all for saying no.
There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Yet again.
Hey.
So, I just went on a smoothie date. Did you see this on my Instagram?
No.
Okay, I'm going to recap it for you.
Okay.
And I got to get your input.
You went on a smoothie.
Well, that's another thing too. Like I'm always very open-minded. Like, sure, let's go on a walk at Memorial. Okay, you want to go to a smoothie date, coffee date? Fine. I'm always down with that. But guess what? Now I'm switching it up. You're taking me out for drinks. I want a higher quality date.
That's not what I rather a smoothie than a drink.
Let me tell you what happened at the smoothie date.
Okay, let's go.
Match with him that morning. He asked me out quickly. He's like, hey, like, I don't have my kids this weekend. Can we meet real quick?
Baby daddy.
Somehow they always find me. And I was like, okay, no problem. Yeah, I can do this time or this time. I have an 80s party you have to get ready to, so I got to be like early or late, you know? And he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, let's do 3:30 Smoothie King. I said, try again. Cinqo knows I'm trying to be more of a bitch. I'm very nice. I'm very accommodating. And so I'm trying to switch it up and be a little bit more mean. So, yeah, I know. I'm going to give it a try because me being nice has got me where I am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this is how they think, bro. This is how they think, fellas. They just being me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to let you continue with your story.
So, anyway, he's like, hey, this is just like to me or something. I'm like, is there even any place to sit down at Smoothie King? Like, what kind of first date is that? And he's like, all right, this place. So we go to 713 Juice Bar or something like that. We get there. He walks up to the counter. We're looking at the menu, and he's like, I'm going to get this one. And I said, that sounds good. I'll have the same one. And he looked back at me, and he said, you want to split it?
You trying to share germs, my
and
boy?
I said,
nah.
Split it? And he's like, yeah, you want to just share it? It's a lot. I said, a lot of food? He's like, it's just a lot of liquid. And I was like, and he's looking back at me. The cashier's looking at me like, what's going on? And I was like, and she goes, I can put them in 2 cups for you. And I was like, okay, perfect. So we sit down 40 minutes. I slurp that smoothie up because she brings out this smoothie in cups that are this big, clear cups. The smoothie is this big in the cup. We're splitting a fucking 16-ounce smoothie. Bizarre. Weird. So then we're sitting at this table. I sit mine down really, really fast to prove a point. I'm annoyed. Why am I here? This is weird. Like, is it about the money? Is it about the calories? If you can't finish a smoothie, you're not my guy. You know what I mean?
It's the money.
That's what Cinqo said too. So then, anyway, we're leaving, and he's like, that was really fun. Did you want to do it again? And I said, I'm not sure. And he goes, be straightforward. And I said, I am. I'm not sure. And I just like kept looking back at the coffee shop like it was a fucking crime scene. I was like, I don't know what to do with what happened in there. Like, I'm not sure that I want to see you again. And he's like, I'm really attracted to you. I'd love to take you out. And, like, we'll go out and get drinks next time. And I was like, I don't know what to do with that. So anyway, we left. He texted me later to have a good night. He texted me in the morning. I texted him the next day saying, I don't need a second date, but good luck out there.
That's fair.
What the fuck is splitting a smoothie for?
I don't even know that. Hell, you can't even split a Frosty. It's hard to split a Frost. Think about it. You know how much a Frosty costs? It's hard to split a damn Frosty because once that bitch get hot, that's it. Like, you can't split. You drinking that at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a 4 for 4. Like, listen, that thing about it. Can you ask the girl, like, hey, look, we going to split this 4 for 4. Like, so who getting the burger?
Right. Because you want to figure out who get the fries because I think that's kind of like what I would be more interested in. Like, who's getting the fries?
See,
And then...
Go ahead.
And then, we can talk about... You can have the Frosty because I'm not going to eat it anyways.
So all you going to take is the nuggets?
I'm going to take...
You
split the nuggets.
You being too generous. See, if she get the
Why
burger...
are we splitting a 4x4? We're not. And we're not going to Wendy's on first date.
We got to see.
Take that out of the
We're trying to compare scenarios.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's literally exactly what it was. That probably like that 16-ounce smoothie was like $4-5, right?
Right.
So it have to be the equivalent of a 4 for 4.
Right.
So I'm like, damn. Let's think about that. Let's dissect that. We had a 4 for 4.
Yeah.
If I gave you half, if I gave you half the burger,
right.
We gotta split the nugget. That's 4 nuggets
You
though.
split the burger and split the nuggets, and then you both got, And then guess what? You get to keep the Frosty. That way you have a little.
And
bit
then
more
guess what? You're welcome. You get to keep the Frosty.
I think you having a Frosty. I think you won. You won.
Because you're not splitting the Frosty. So.
Them fries ain't
More
all
of the
that.
story is now that guy ruined it for everyone. Now I can never go on another smoothie date, and now my standards keep just going a little higher.
Now, why is that with women? Why is the whole one man ruin it for everybody theory? Where this came from?
Because sure, he was the only asshole that pulled a smoothie on me, but there's been others that did very similar things. So it's like that he was a straw that broke the camel's fucking back.
Okay.
It's adding up.
See, why you making other men pay debts? They shouldn't pay. Why? What's going on?
No, in fact, they should pay.
Yes.
For the date.
I mean, yeah. See, that's my thing. See, how long, if somebody you're very interested in, they should immediately take you out on a date?
What do you, met from online?
Met from online.
Like,
just met online. Like, okay, let's say you met somebody online. How long would it take, for you to move from online to actually exchange your number?
I've moved in that day, like I just did. I've done that before, but I've also gone, I don't know, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, talking, maybe, no rush, but
okay.
Yeah.
See, okay, I respect your process. That's cool.
Whatever, I'm not it's been 3 days and you haven't asked me out. I don't feel like that.
Okay, cool.
But if the conversation's kind of getting, I don't know, we're getting into, deeper stuff, and it's I wish you would ask me out. We can just talk about it in person kind of thing.
So you're saying if he would have bought 2 large smoothies.
You could have bought 2 small-ass smoothies.
He could have bought 2 small.
One. Then maybe the experience would have been a little bit better. Right?
I wouldn't have immediately... I sat at that table with my arms crossed. My body language was disgusted. And I'm very nice. I keep saying this about myself. You don't know me, but Cinqo does. I really do put up with a lot. So I'm sitting there and I'm like this the whole time. Just eyes wide. Did we really just do this? So yeah, he put me in a bad mood. A thrown off mood. Why am I here?
So that's funny. Your story is funny. I had someone that told me we had got done sleeping with each other, and I said, "Hey man, tell me one of your funniest dating stories."
Was this Pillow Talk in bed?
Yeah, Pillow
Love
Talk.
this.
Yeah,
Continue.
love this shit. It was enjoyable because it put me to sleep after this. So I said, "Hey man, tell me one of your worst, funniest dates." He said, "Yeah, man, I met this guy. He was nice. The date was going good." And he said to me, "Yeah, man, I'm looking for a new job right now. It just keeps telling me I need to send in my resume." But I cried. I cried to
I'm trying to
bed.
get my resume made and shit. They just I'm waiting on that to come in and shit. They fixing it up.
My resume.
A long
No.
resume.
And then a long resume. Boy, I was like, just imagine y'all both there enjoyed one another, and you get that good ass laugh. You like, you know what? Maybe I gotta take you out again. I gotta take you out because that shit was funny. You need to make me laugh like that some more.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Women do have the worst dating story. Like men, only thing we gonna say is, man,
Catfish.
We catfish, or the bitch was just hungry. We knew she was hungry. That's why she kept asking me out. She been hungry for 3 days. And then, cause that'd be the worst dates though. That'd be the worst date when your bill over $75, you ain't seeing her again.
What?
You think if she ordered a certain amount because she was trying to...
Oh, yeah. Like, she got her 2 drinks and 1 meal with the appetizer. Yeah. You ain't seeing her again.
On her end? Like, she doesn't want to see you, or you're not taking her out again?
No, she ain't going to want to see us. That's normally sometimes the thing that happens. Unless you, like, if she keep asking you for stuff, then you just got to realize you a trick at that point. But me, like, if you make me, like, not saying make me, but if I choose to spend a certain amount, like, sometimes I don't ask for a second date.
Then she told the waitress, like, yeah, I'm just trying to get something to go. If I could just add something to the menu onto the go.
No.
Because it's sometimes it's in body language and spirit. Like you said, when you had your smoothie day, you knew you wasn't going to have a second date, right?
Absolutely. I wanted to leave immediately.
They ate fine. They ate good. And they knew they wasn't going to have a second date with me. You can feel that in energy. Like that energy, like especially when you get over 30, energy is everything. You can feel it a lot more, especially when you date somebody. Like from the way y'all lock eyes, way y'all eat, how often you check the phone. Like you could feel when somebody is personally like in it.
He was also on his phone almost the whole time. He kept pulling it out.
Oh, he tricking. Yeah, he was tricking. He was just trying to move on to the next.
Okay, Whiners, you know Adam and Eve is a sponsor of the pod. Why? Because we are pro sex toys here on Adultish Wines. The best way to get started is to go to adamandeve.com. You get 50% off of 1 item and 3 special bonus gifts. And shipping is free and discreet, as our privacy is a priority, which we love. That's 50% off of 1 item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. Just go to adamandeve.com and enter code ADULTISH at checkout, ADULTISH at adamandeve.com.
That's just in body. See, that's in body language, energy. Like, have you ever getting ready to have sex with somebody and your body just immediately turns off?
Yes.
So if you feel like that, don't you think that happened to men too? That happens to men all the time. Like me, I didn't call myself being ready. I got her ready. I'm ready, and all of a sudden, I don't know what was wrong.
Nothing. You don't recall. You just are not in the mood anymore.
It was just a spiritual disconnect. It was a spiritual disconnect.
He had too much Jack. You must have had too much Jack and Coke.
No, yeah, you know what? I did have I was on an empty stomach that night, but I didn't, I'm a man. I done survived on that before. I done survived on that. All I need is probably like a little fruit.
That's when you got to start making
a little sugar.
A little sugar. That's all. Sometimes a little sugar.
Yeah, like, I was working all day and shit,
I had a show that night. Yeah. She asked for that soul time. My soul completely separated in the middle of the bedroom. It happens. Like, man, we know you don't want a second date. We know you just wanted to be fed that day. But it happens though.
I just don't. I've never done that, so I have a hard time.
You never went on a date just to get a meal?
Absolutely not.
You're ready. That's why we have hope for you.
You can't tell, but I'm speechless.
You don't see. That's the thing. You believe there's men in a certain type of way. I believe there's the same type of the women. It's the same.
I
thing.
believe you. Yeah. All right. So catfishes and people just wanting a meal.
Just wanting a meal
from a woman.
Just women wanting a meal. They hungry. Some women believe there's men that's messing with them just to have a place to stay. Men, when we take certain women out, they just want a meal. When you called her FaceTime and you knew her refrigerator was empty, she didn't say she was gonna cook today or nothing. She hungry. You gonna take her out to feed her, you know?
Yeah. One of the times where I was like totally about to have sex with somebody and then I didn't. We had a little bit of a disagreement, but he's like, you want me to go? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, can I sleep on your couch? And I was like, no, definitely not. He's like, you sure? I live far. I'm like, positive.
See, that's not fair.
And that was so unattractive.
It
just made it so, I was like, I'm definitely not horny anymore. Like, so much more. You keep talking and the less horny I'm getting.
So what, you gonna get horny as he left?
Probably.
But that's to yourself.
Gotta see you go.
Oh, damn.
Savage.
They're very savage.
Paige is savage, man. Problematic Paige. That's what I call her.
I'm not problematic.
Problematic Paige. She's arrived.
Yeah, I mean, but tell her what she said. Unlike Paige, shout out to all the women that after we had sex, y'all gave me a fresh towel, bathing towel, dry towel to take care of myself. Y'all are some real ones.
Yeah, but you should be doing that too.
That's grown women. I do that sometimes. I do that, but they want to leave though. They be ready to leave. I'll be like, all right. Shit. I mean, I got a tub too, but it is what it is.
It's a nice gesture.
It is a very nice gesture.
It can go both ways though. Don't forget it.
It can. Like sometimes I didn't finish myself on a woman. I didn't go ahead, got a baby wipe and wipe them down. I'm courteous like that.
You're a gentleman.
Very nice of you.
That's very nice of me.
Yeah.
And some women, man, they done got that hot towel for you.
Wow, we're warming up the towel.
Yeah, that's the aunties. You know what I mean?
Man,
that's the aunties right there.
that learned.
I remember. I heard you talking about the aunties. I watched one of you. Which one of you said?
That's long as you know. Long as you know.
Yeah.
See, I'm teaching you something. You get a warm towel. You like him. You get a warm towel for a man.
But that also looks like you've been doing this before.
No, that's grown stuff.
He has a whole bit about the aunties. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said one of the jokes too, and I thought that was very funny. You can cut. I don't know if you want your material out like that.
That's fine. Go ahead.
But yeah, you said something I thought I was laughing at work. You said your girl had lost 100 pounds, and you said she asked you like, "Is there anything different about me?" Or like, what do you like? I feel closer to you.
Oh my god!
I feel more closer to you.
And when you lay on top of me, you know I can breathe a lot better. Oh man, that was one of my first jokes I wrote. That was like 6 years ago. Yeah, I wrote the joke 6 years ago.
That's funny. Wait, okay, on that note, because I'm sure some people could take that offensively, I totally free reign here. But do you feel like in this day and age you have to be, like, to me, comedy is offensive. Mm-hmm. I'm not a huge, like, I don't sit and watch a show on Netflix or something like that. Like, that's not my go-to choice. But I like offensive comedy. I think it still is good. But, like, do you feel like in this day and age you have to kind of be a little...
Comedy is always supposed to draw controversy. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I ain't supposed to always be your damn friend on that stage. My job is... Right,
but, like, as far as, like, race and, like, female empowerment and things like that, do you feel like that you have to watch your words a little bit or you're going to get in trouble? Or do you still just do it?
I don't... Okay, see, it's a fine line on that watch the words, because this bitch and bitch is two different things. Because, and it's how you contextualize it. Mm-hmm. And that's where that line of comedy is drawn.
Okay.
Like, for me, I say it now a lot more because I know my intention is not to necessarily offend, because at the end of the day, I see what you see. Like, I like to shake the room when I say, man, maybe it's me, but let me see. Am I the only one that hate ugly lesbian couples? Am I the only one that hate ugly lesbian couples? I say, you know what? At this point, we should start treating them bitches like vampires. Like, don't y'all come out to the dark. If y'all come out early in that, I'm spraying you bitches with garlic. I'm the new Blade. I'm Switchblade in this hoe. Like, I said that, and I get some laughs, and I get some people that they get tight. But I also get some people that show the laugh. I like that show the laugh sometimes because that's a guilty pleasure. Some people okay. have it's that like I'm not trying to.
I'm not gonna laugh out loud, but I did find that a little.
I find that funny. So like, even I still tell people, like, to this day, like, I miss Donald Trump as my president. Like, he was a good president to me. That shakes the room every time.
Yeah.
I get some hoorahs. I get the room quiet. And the thing that always gets the room laughing after I say that, I say, man, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I'll have another president that'll pay me 3 times to stay home. I said, I got shrimp and weed on the president's dime. Like, I ain't give a fuck about iodine poison. I got reparations, nigga. This the closest thing I'ma ever get to reparations. And it's mixed, but I don't care at this point, because when I went to DC, you know how many black people I saw with MAGA hats on?
Right.
Same
Are
thing.
They paid actors? Paid actors?
Nah, they was walking through Chocolate City with the red MAGA hats on. Like, that Northeast, that's how they talk. That's how they think. Donald Trump was the embodiment of that. It's all about perception. Like, a lot of people want to go quickly to hate and disdain and things like that. I like to be transparent a lot. Like, Joe Biden, I know he about to die in the White House. We knew that.
We did know that.
We knew that. So why vote for him?
Just because.
To get Trump out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see how Trump was able to punk every other country into not bombing or playing with us. He had other countries in fear. Here, he was making Kim Jong-un look like a hero, and he done did a lot of dirt.
Right.
He done did a lot of dirt.
I disagree.
A lot of people like Trump because, or respected Trump because he actually came in, and I guess you would call them the people in the shadows. They weren't able to control him. You know what I'm saying? He was on his own agenda.
Well, we hadn't had anyone like that as a president before or in office before.
Versus like Joe Biden, like. You can pretty much there's people telling him what to do, what to say, what policies to push, things like that. So
I like Trump simply because I did not get a wolf in sheep's clothing. I knew exactly what I was getting.
Right.
I knew exactly who he was, and let's move forward. With Joe Biden, you got to do a lot of digging to see what this man had his hands in, and a lot of discrimination.
That's with most politicians, right? You got to like.
True, but Trump was never a politician to begin with.
Right, and that's why people liked him. That's why
the hill I'm gonna die on though is, yes, he was not a wolf. He was
never a wolf in sheep's clothing.
But he allowed people to start showing their bad behavior and acting like it was okay. Like, people still thought the same. People still were racist and assholes and sexist and all this stuff, but they were keeping it to themselves. But Trump came in and was like, I'm this way, I'm an asshole, I'm sexist, I'm a dick. And everyone else was like, cool, our president's doing it, we can do it too. And that's the worst thing about his presidency.
But then, but wasn't there consequences behind that? See, what every like, we could be, and I'm glad people say that, because we got justice for that. There was actually justice behind all that. You see, it takes us one sacrifice for everybody else to show their true colors, and that's what Trump was. Like, but I saw it from the financial, like the capitalist side. You know, the country was making money. When we got into a timely crisis, the money wasn't sent nowhere else. It was sent right back to the people. A lot of races and everybody else was exposed. That's why you see them lose a lot of money. It was just a lot of things that needed to happen. A lot of things that needed to be decriminalized, that we saw what was being, I guess, racially against black people, like affirmative action. How the hell Joe Biden let that happen on his watch? That's what Democrats do. Democrats try to, and I be telling people, like, sometimes it's just common sense. Like, when you look at the Republican flag, what is the animal symbol? It's an elephant. Look up what the symbol of an elephant means. The Democratic symbol is a donkey. Look at what the symbol of a donkey means. It's an ass. You don't get no wisdom from no damn donkey. The Republicans have their cons too. They have their bad. I'm in the middle. I'm a capitalist. I believe in green in certain situations. I don't believe in everything. Like, but I believe in coming up. And in certain ways, that man had Trump had other countries spook and conforming. And I respect that. He was like, I wish I would. And you can respect. That's how New Yorkers talk. That's how, like, when I went to Chicago, that's how they talk. So they can able to stand on that, and he was able to stand on that. And I was able to see a lot more money through his whole tenure. Like, yeah, there's some things I disagree with. He ain't perfect. He was nobody's perfect. Everybody's wrong. Like, yeah, the whole grabbing by the cooch, like, that was wrong. I ain't never just seen nobody like, hey girl, what's up? Like, I ain't that's not me. So I'm not gonna sit here and endorse everything the man did, but when it came to taking care of the people, he did that. When it came for people having more money, he did that. Like, that's what the man did, and all we see is the law, and that was he's stupid. He's stupid for what he did. That's why his ass going to jail. He's stupid. That was the stupidest thing.
Actually going to jail?
I don't think they're gonna let it happen.
I know.
Because they want him to run for 2024. They feel like they need him for 2024, so they're gonna do it.
I can't.
But to your question though, that's what comedy does for me. It's an outlet, and it makes the people laugh. I'm giving people what they want. So
no, I don't want it. I don't want it to change. I just feel like there are so many like the Tiger Woods tampon thing that happened last year. Maybe remember that they were playing a tournament. I forget. Do you know what I'm talking about? Tiger Woods and whoever his like really close, I don't know anything about golf, golf mate, someone that he fucking golfs with. Anyway, Tiger Woods went and passed him a tampon. Like, he lost. He went and passed him a tampon, and the fucking world lost it because they were like, because he's calling him a pussy.
Yeah,
you know, for losing or whatever he did.
That's hilarious. Actually.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious, and it's like, you know that obviously those two men are close enough to where they would have that joke. He's not offending that guy. Like, unfortunately, the world saw it, but like, to me, that's just a joke between two friends. But of course, I don't know that I would call myself a feminist. Obviously, I have great respect for women and men, but I'm not a fan of cancel culture at all. But I'm just like, let the motherfucker live. He's playing a joke with his friend.
Imagine LeBron handing somebody a tampon. Like,
I put a tampon in my vagina to stop myself from bleeding. Like, my vagina, my pussy. Like, that's what it's for.
But we're in soft culture. We still in participation trophy culture.
Exactly.
And everybody wins. Like, no, bitch. There's only one winner. Everybody don't win.
Everybody else dies.
But see, that we done softened up. That's the thing. We done softened up. Like, it's always shock culture or hurt culture. Somebody just there we go. It's victim culture.
Yeah.
It's victim culture. It's cancel culture and victim culture. Like, everybody finds such comfort in wanting to be the victim, and it's like, the world don't hand you tissues like that. Like, eventually, bitch, stop crying. You're getting on my nerves. That's why a lot of things are happening the way they are. I'm not saying that they're not real victims out there, but people just chasing tears. Like, that's what kind of...
the old saying that my grandma used to say is like, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Like, pick your battles type of thing.
But do they these days? Do people these days?
No, we don't. As a people, as a world, these days we don't.
We don't.
I was just curious, like, do you feel like the comedy, scene is gonna subscribe to that, or just gonna keep on everyone telling their offensive jokes?
I think everybody gonna still tell their offensive jokes. It's just how you put them, because you're gonna offend somebody with what you say.
With anything you say.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do it, make it good.
I think it depends on the road that the comedian wants to go down to. Because like Dave Chappelle, he made it to where his situation, he can kind of go. Nobody's gonna fire him. He's on his own. He's on his own lane. You know what I mean? Versus you got Kevin Hart. A lot of his jokes are watered down now, and that's why a lot of people don't like his comedy, because you can tell he has a limit to how far he can go, and it's just not funny. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't think Kevin Hart's funny anymore, just because I know he has like all these deals to like watch out for, and that's just the business side of being a comedian,
And that's why I don't want that's why, like, as I've grew in the game, I've told myself certain things, and I don't want to be famous, bro. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be acknowledged.
Right.
I just want to be acknowledged for being dope. Being on stage looking fresh. Being good to the people, always giving a dope ass show, and that's it. Like, being famous and having, like you said, watch out for that paper trail and what I can't say. That's too much.
But as an artist, like, it's lucky we're in in great times, because we can actually create our own our own income as an independent music artist, independent comedian, independent anything, independent podcaster.
It's definitely like an independent creator's world, which I do love.
Yeah, I love that more. Indie films was always a better thing than always seeing like big production. That's always been the vibe. It's just that we have much more of a mass group of indies now than we have this main stage.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a lot more pride because there's a lot more collaboration too. Everybody's trying to win.
Do you see more comedians doing that these days? Like filming their content and posting all the material on social media?
Yeah, I see that becoming more of a thing, but there's still comedians like me that still want to do the traditional thing, which is put out comedy albums, put out comedy specials, just challenge ourselves, go on the road. Because how the laughs sound in Texas, they probably sound different in Washington State or California. Mm-hmm. That's me. I like to challenge myself to hear myself in a different state. And I love that. Like, I have a sense of travel. Like I said, that goes back to my childhood being sheltered. I didn't go too many places being little. So, and I would always see, like, the little Southwest commercials growing up. Mm-hmm. They used to have that doo-doo, ooh, now you're free to move across the country. Like, I remember them little, and I was like, damn, man, I want that to be me one day. And so, like I said, comedy just opened up that door for me.
Well, that is adorable.
Yeah. There's a maturity, man. Maturity.
Yeah.
You got a top 5 comedians or top 3 comedians or
Top 5. I'm gonna give off my. Yeah, I'm gonna get top 5.
All right, good.
So, all right. Fox, Red Fox.
Okay.
Lil Duval. Los. They all
I ain't
those.
mad at that.
Yeah,
I
Los.
ain't
They
mad at
they
that.
from the South. You know, Los is from Mississippi.
That dude is funny
I think
as hell,
I
man.
think Los is from Mississippi, and I think and Lil Duval from Florida.
Yeah.
Of course.
You say Los, you're talking about Carlos Miller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's hilarious. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Lee. I'm gonna take Ali Sadiq.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like you picking you picking a lot of the, not the normal comedian top 5 that people go with. So I fuck with it.
And of course, I gotta go with who the reigning GOAT right now, number 5, Dave. So
Dave Chappelle.
Fox.
Yeah.
Did you go to his show?
I went to the one in House of Blues. I didn't go to the one
Okay.
in Yoda. In the House of Blues show, that was right before Netflix came out, and that's when he did the joke about Daphne, right? The trans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one he did on Netflix.
Yeah, for Sticks and Stones.
Right.
And he did that joke at the House of Blues. And I can remember telling my partner leaving, I said, man, I don't think he could have said that joke any better. But they coming after him.
Oh, really?
I told my best friend that. And it would
they
sure
did.
shit happen.
Yeah.
When that special came out, I ain't even had to see it. I knew it.
Damn.
Different strokes, different folks. But that's who I model my comedy after, is not who somebody else. You know, all
Yeah.
our laughs are different.
I'll say all the time, like, man, and I don't want to. People are gonna slaughter me for this anyway. I don't think Chris Rock he's not in my top 5. He's not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Me and you with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a lot of people that be like, man, Chris Rock hilarious. I'm like, man, he makes some good points, but I ain't find it funny.
Right, yeah.
But it's comedy is perception. Like, I'm not saying that what he ain't done ain't been contributed to the game. But I'm dead. I wouldn't like, if I got a chance to work with him, cool. But I haven't really just modeled myself from that. Like I said, I'm a Southern dude, so I kind of, with my dad, because I actually kind of got to give my dad some grace, although being a sheltered child, like, that's what we did a lot in my teenage years. We watched a lot of comedy specials. So when I watch certain specials, now Catch 22 right now, like, I'm like, damn, I always prepared myself to be on some stage. I thought it was to be on the theater stage on Broadway or something, but I'm doing what I was watching at 12, 13 years old. So I find that very dope.
Paige, top 5.
Oh, yeah.
I
What's your top
wouldn't
five?
be able
Amy
to do
Schumer and
that.
who?
Oh, man.
You are such a dick.
I'm glad she disappeared, boy. I'm so glad she
I like
disappeared.
Amy Schumer.
She was stealing.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a YouTube compilation on her stealing.
Oh, she was stealing jokes?
Oh, yeah, stealing a gang of jokes.
Celeste Barber.
Never heard of her.
I'll stop now.
I mean, I'm no disrespect to the comedian, but like, I just never heard of her.
Either. I mean, maybe she's...
Reezy, I haven't seen her, but I would like to see her. She's supposed to be coming to Houston. She's out of New York. Her
Okay.
actual name is Marie, I think. I'm going to send you her profile on
Okay.
Instagram. She's hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to put no disrespect on any comedian's name. All I taste is different. Shit, I don't eat steak, but I have some, I have some beef nachos. I have some steakhouse nacho, but I won't eat regular steak. That's not me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Steak bites.
Yeah, like some people don't like tomatoes, but they like tomato ketchup, right?
That's so different.
I don't
See?
like cheese, but I like pizza.
That's fucking weird. Cheese is all over the pizza in cheese form.
I can't explain it.
It still tastes like cheese.
I don't eat yams. I don't eat yams, but I like sweet potato pie. See how weird that is? Thank you. You getting my point. You understand what I'm saying?
That's my wine of the week. That comment that you just made. Yams and sweet potatoes are the same.
I know. I just like the crust.
Makes sense.
Does
Makes
not.
sense.
The added crust, it makes a difference.
Does not. Okay. At the end of every episode, I have a guest tell me their wine of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something that's bugging you, irritating you, bothering you?
Bothering me.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to say one. What is with everyone throwing things at people's faces on stage? BB Rexa got a phone thrown at her. Oh, Kelsey Ballerina got something thrown at her. Someone threw a bag of ashes at Pink. Someone's dead people ashes at Pink on stage.
They've thrown stuff at Lil Wayne too. Like it's
right. Like
it's
what's going on? I know, but like what's the fucking thing?
I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say that. I think, I don't know, maybe their excuse is maybe the artist not giving enough. Like they just took a night off that night. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying, I'm being transparent. See, you think I'm on that stage too. I'll be damned if I can fight. I'm okay with fighting.
yeah.
I'm okay with fighting.
Right, you're not going to take that lane down.
Yeah, no. Oh, hell no. Comedy show? Security better get to him before I do.
You ain't going to let nobody Chris Rocky out your socks.
Oh, boy. That mic stand hit harder than that slap wheel. That mic stand will swing harder than that slap wheel. I swear to God.
Okay, what's your wine of the week?
But yeah, I don't know why. I seen Lil Wayne in Denver. I ain't want to throw nothing at him. I was hoping he threw a blunt at me. Anyway, I was hoping for that. What's my wine of the week? Oh, man, look. If you come into a comedy show, it is not our job to save your night when you got in an argument with your girl in the car. Or if you came to a comedy show and you just come with bad energy, like
you sit right in the front.
Man, that be the shit to me. Like last night, like just two girls. One, they both had some big heads. Like they caught themselves being cute. They were a little cute, and they were just in the front, just not laughing and everything. And I'm like, man, bro, like
now they got to be a part of the. Now they got to be a part of the show. You know what I mean?
Is that how you pick people to pick on in the crowd?
A little bit. And the crazy thing is, they expected. Because it was a free show, they thought me being the host, I was going to get them free drinks. They were out their damn mind. And the moment they left, swear for Lord, the moment they left the show got better. It became funnier. People had a better time. Like, that be the shit. Like, it be like 2-3 spoiled-ass apples.
Really?
Like I said, sometimes it's an energy thing. Sometimes comedy is really an energy thing. And when that energy ain't aligning, like...
So were you like...
I was giving everything. I was putting out my good shit and just trying to get them comfortable because I was hosting last night. So I was really just trying to give them a good time, and they just on their phone, and I'm like, damn, I'm not making you laugh. I'm not, giving you a good time. She said, oh, I didn't say that. I said, I must not be funny. She said, I didn't say that either. I said, but you sure giving it to me like that. You giving it to me like that. And then they left. They walked.
How often, like, how much of the crowd work do you insert into your show?
I'm able to get in and out these days. I didn't have it like that. Like, my anxiety used to take over. I mean, but it still does. But it makes me now want to ask those questions, to see, to grab something from you. Because you looking at me, I'm looking back at you. Well, shit, let me pull something from your teeth real quick. And that's how I do it now. And I was taught that. Can't just stay on your material like that because you'll sound like a robot. They here to take the ride with you, especially like when people come to laugh, they here to just take the ride. And if you get a chance to make them feel special, because some people feel like they low-key helping the show, and in some cases they are. You got your assholes, don't get me wrong, but you have some people that genuinely don't mind being a part of the show.
Yeah.
And when that happens, everybody wins.
Right.
Everybody wins.
I gotta come check a show out. Where in Houston are you?
So tomorrow I'll be at the Houston Improv.
Okay. For
the Houston AF show. Saturday I'll be hosting at the Secret Group 8 p.m. show.
So you dabble, but we can find on your Instagram, do you have a schedule posted, or do you at the beginning of the week post where you're going to be? Or?
That's where I messed up at. If you check my page, I always post the monthly shows that I'm on for the month. So okay. I failed you guys.
That's okay. That's perfect.
But I am gonna drop them. I'm gonna drop them at least by the end of the night, so everybody know where I'm at, what I'll be at.
Okay.
This month I'm kind of coming a little light, in which I'm cool with because I need that sleep to come back. But August is already looking pretty packed. Almost every weekend is booked, and of course I have For the Culture every other Tuesday at the Secret Group.
Okay.
At 8 p.m. The next show will be July 18th.
Okay.
And then we'll move. We'll have 3 shows in August, which is the 1st, the 15th, which is my birthday. I turned 31.
Happy birthday.
And thank you, Leo, baby. And August 29th.
Okay.
So, and on top of what I have booked for the weekend. So a lot of things are coming. A lot more things are
booked
coming.
and busy.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Oh, yeah, from a question from earlier, yeah, I'm not always home. I'm always dibbling and dabbling out of Austin. I'm starting to dibble and dabble a lot more in Dallas, which I'm very happy about.
Okay.
Dib and dab out of D.C. Tacoma's coming. I'm trying to go to
Tacoma, Washington.
Yes, I was in Tacoma last week.
Have you heard of a city in Washington called Yakima?
I heard of Yakima.
I'm from Yakima.
You're from Yakima. Now, okay, I'm gonna say this. For anybody want to be culture shocked, I went to Seattle. I was between Seattle and Tacoma. And them white girls got that ass. They got that ass.
All the way in Tacoma?
In Tacoma. Seattle and Tacoma. White women got that booty.
Huh.
Like, it got that nice.
Is that where you came?
Me.
Is that where you're from? Or?
That's probably like 20, 30 miles outside Tacoma and Seattle, right?
I'm not from Tacoma.
No, but I'm saying where you originally from. Yeah. It's like 20, 30 miles outside? Or no?
It's like 2.5 hours south of Seattle.
Oh, damn.
That's far.
It's not really. To see what I found
But white
crazy?
girls have booties in Yakima, too.
Yakima? Okay. I was lit boy to see. They shocked me. Shocked me. What even more shocking, I didn't know that Portland is that close to Tacoma.
Yeah. Portland's close.
Yeah, Portland is very, very, very close. And then how long? So I think they winning over there. Well, not winning as far as like if you want to be a hippie and shit, then yeah.
Very hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your Instagram and where else can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at A.D. Hodge. That's A.D. HODGE. I can give it to you as an acronym to remember me by. And that's Alpha Delta. Hoes out doing ghetto everything.
I was so curious where you were going to go with that. Okay.
You gotta build something up.
Okay,
you know?
I like it. You can just find me at my name, Adultish Wines, or at Paige_Crutcher on Instagram and Cinqo.
Yeah, you know what it is. You can catch me on Apple Music, Spotify, Cinco Young. You can catch me on IG. You can catch me on Washington Ave.
Okay, gotta go. Love you guys. Bye.
Down some Jameson.
Cinqo.
Buy me a beer if you like.
Get out of here. Gotta go. Love you. I'll see you next week. Bye, Whiners.